She wanted to send Horaya a secret signal and ask her to give herself a 60,000. However, if you think about it carefully, everyone's mahjong game is to win 3 by oneself and 1 by 1. If you let Horaya play a 60,000 shot, then Horaya will not be able to give money. Isn't it a waste of money? Such a good hand? So she decided to rely on herself or someone else to fire the gun instead of Horaya. If Horaya fired a shot of 60,000 by herself, she would be embarrassed. Horaya must give the money to her. When it was Elaine's turn to draw the card, she felt like a million as soon as she started to touch it. She was suddenly excited, and when she lifted it up, she was suddenly disappointed. It turned out to be 80,000. Bad luck. If she was a little bit smaller, just let grab 60,000, and you would feel it yourself. In that case, a family of 640,000, that is nearly 2 million. But Elaine was also comforting herself in her heart. 80,000 have come. Will 60,000 be far away? So, she beat out 80,000 casually, and said, 80,000. Ha! Lien knocked down the card all at once, and said excitedly, I heard 5 to 80,000, all of them, the door is clear, and there is a concealed card. The total is 48, and 48 is 480,000. Sister Elaine, I'm sorry. Elaine is like an ice seller. A single shot can cost 480,000? I only won more than 300,000 in a long time, but I paid it all back, not to mention, I got another 100,000. This is 100,000. Elaine felt extremely uncomfortable, and her whole mentality was a little broken. Horaya hurriedly persuaded her, Oh, Elaine, there is no way to win all the time in card games. You have won so many hands. It doesn't matter if you lose, you are back again after winning. Lien also smiled and said, Yes, it's just a handful of cards. We have to play a few laps today. Elaine is a little more comfortable now, but she is also suffocating in her heart, and must win back the lost money. Immediately, she used mobile banking to give Lien 480,000, and the game continued. However, in the next hand, Elaine collapsed even more. Turned it over and saw what kind of broken cards are these. Either 1 is missing or 9 is broken, and there is also 1 missing. There is not even a pair of bobbins and slivers in one hand. If you want to draw such a card, you have to play at least 7 or 8 cards to be possible. She is going to collapse. How to fight this? It's estimated that everyone is playing cards, and she hasn't made up 2 decks of cards yet. And the other 3 people on the table were all excited, as if the cards were all good. Horaya was the first to draw. Then Lien and Nivea. Seeing that the 3 of them had all drawn, Elaine anxiously scratched her heart, fearing a shot, and secondly fearing that some of the 3 would touch themselves. Seeing that his card is getting hopeless, Elaine is even more anxious. At this time, she reached out and touched 1, feeling that this card was 80% safe, so she threw the card out and said, This. You shouldn't even want this card, right? Nivea next to her said excitedly, Haha, I'm going crazy. She is right. Horaya said with some embarrassment, Hey, I'm crazy too. Lien smiled and said at this time, Oh, I'm too foolish, 13. Elaine looked at the cards of these 3 houses, and they all won hers. This one hit her with 1 shot. This is terrible. With this hand alone, Elaine lost 180 times, which is 1.8 million. Elaine's whole person already felt the sky spinning. What happened? Suddenly she lost 2 games in a row, and 2 games lost more than 2 million, which is too cruel. Moreover, Elaine doesn't have much money now, and all the deposits in her hand add up to more than 2 million. After such a calculation, there is at most 2 to 3 million left. Elaine wanted to cry without tears, but Nivea was already urging, Sister Elaine, let's settle the bill first, so we can move on. When she heard that she was going to check out, Elaine's expression was very ugly. 1 was 1.8 million. She couldn't be willing to give it. The other three exchanged glances, or Horaya came out to persuade her and said, Elaine, it doesn't matter if you lose 2. If you are lucky, you will win with 2 more. If you don't play now, you will lose. But you really can't come back. After that, she said again, last time we played cards together, Niven also lost 2 or 3 million, and finally won 2 million with a 4-year self-draw, followed by another 3 self-draw. It's another 2 million, and it will make a lot of money at once.